everyone, my name is Cherie, and today I want to talk about the books I read in May, as well as some of the books that I may want to read in June. So May was an okay reading month for me. I ended up reading 3 books, and I also semi-participated in a readathon. I did end up reading every single day during that week, which I was very happy about because I haven't been doing that. And I will say I read some decent books in May, nothing too terrible, and also nothing I just loved or blew my mind. Before I get to the books that I read, I do want to mention a book that I didn't finish, and that is Hidden Bodies by Carolyn Kapnis. Now, this book was not a DNF. The reason why I did not finish this book is because I got it from the library off of Overdrive, and I was 90% done with the book when it just expired. I really did think I would finish it before my time was up, but no, I didn't. And I did think about going to the bookstore and just buying it, but I told myself to just have patience and get back in line, put that book back on hold. And that's where it is. It's on hold at the library, and I'm just waiting for it to be my turn again. Now, the first book I did end up finishing was Dark Lover by J.R. Ward. This is the first book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. It is an adult paranormal romance series that follows vampires and half-breed vampires, and also has vampire slayers in it. It is a very different take than I am used to in the vampire and slayer story. So this book was recommended to me by one of my friends on Goodreads, and I was definitely in the mood to read a vampire book, but I have to say I wasn't really a big fan of this one. Some of the story just seemed too far-fetched and a little ridiculous to me, and that pretty much took me out of the world while I was reading it, so I couldn't really get into it. So the story follows a guy named Wrath, who is the leader of this brotherhood, and he has to look after the daughter of one of his brotherhood members who has just died, and the daughter is going to be going through the change of turning into a vampire. I really did want to like this book because I was definitely in the mood to read a vampire novel, but this book just wasn't for me. I think I ended up giving it either a 1.5 or 2 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I actually did a review on this book, and I'll leave a link in the description box down below if you want to check that review out. So this book was a retelling or reimagining of Beauty and the Beast, and I pretty much did enjoy it. I did have some problems with it. I don't think the leading man was developed enough. I didn't have any real feelings for the main character. I thought she was fine. Now, I've heard that the second book is a lot better than this one, so when I end up reading that, I will definitely give you guys my thoughts, but I ended up giving this one a 3.5 out of 5. And the last book I read is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare, the 3rd book in the Mortal Instruments series. Look at me, I'm actually continuing on with the series. If you don't know what the Mortal Instruments series is about, I'm very surprised. But my short summary is that this is about a girl who ends up finding out she is a shadow hunter, and she has to deal with the issues of her parents. I'll say this one was just as entertaining as the others. I might end up doing a review of the first 3 books to give more details of how I feel about this series so far. I do plan on continuing them. I do own the entire series as well as the Inferno Devices, so I might as well read them. And I have to say, at least one thing in this book did surprise me. I'm kind of surprised I wasn't spoiled by it, but hey, I guess that's good. I think I ended up giving this a 3.5 out of 5. So those are books I read in May, but now I want to talk about some books that I think I'm going to read in June. So the first book is the book I'm currently reading, and that is Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. This is the 2nd book in the Red Queen series. So in this book, we continue the adventures of Mare Barrow as she deals with having these special abilities. She is not supposed to have these special abilities because she has red blood, and only the people with silver blood are supposed to have these special abilities. And when I say special abilities, just think of X-Men, stuff like that. Now, I am enjoying this book so far. It did start off a little slow, but I think it's at a point where things are really picking up. And the next book I have is I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. This is an adult thriller, and it's also the first book that I unboxed for the Book of the Month Club, which I did in my last book haul video. So this book is about a woman who ends up seeing her son be involved in a hit-and-run accident. I've heard some really good things about this book, and apparently there is this big twist in this book. I have read a few pages, and I am really excited to get back to it. So the next book I got is The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in the Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine Valente. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. So this is a middle grade fantasy novel, and I've seen it around online, and I really wanted to get it. I wanted to start reading more middle grade, and I wanted to pick this one up and see how I like it, and I was really happy that my bookstore still had the hardcover. So those are the books that I read in May, as well as some of the books I plan on reading in June. I may end up picking some other books I want to read in June. I'm just not sure what those are, but those 3 are definitely ones that I want to check out. But let me know if you've read any of these books or if you're thinking about checking any of these books out. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!